Hello guys and welcome back to the Adam 22 show. Just for the record, my computer is totally fucked and this is my second time making this video. I'm so pissed off that I want to put my fucking head through a wall. So if it feels like there's any sort of extra energy going on in today's video, just know that that's that. Before we really get into things, I just want to point out that this shirt is available at nojumper.com. We got all kinds of dope Blueface merch that you can see scrolling by the screen right here. Very, very happy about how this collab came out. We did a show with Blueface last Thursday. It was incredible. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, the other thing that I need to tell you guys about is the fact that I am not in Australia. That should probably seem obvious that I'm not in Australia because you're watching this and you're like, Adam, this is your office. I'm pretty sure that you didn't just uproot your entire operation and move it to Australia. Basically, the promoters fucked up my visa and just didn't get it done in time, and I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, what can I do except be mad that I didn't get a deposit? There's some chance that I might still be flying out in a couple days, but I'm slowly losing hope. Let's get into the news. So first things first, Lil Pump's album is out and people are going crazy. People are loving it out here in these streets. I want to know down below, what do you guys think? Smash a like on this and then let us know what you think of that Pump album. Pump had an altercation at the airport a couple of months ago where he was traveling and some TSA agents became very, very upset with him. They thought that he had weed on him. Well, turns out he did not have weed on him. He might have been smoking on the way to the airport. He might have been smoking a whole pound the night before, but they searched his bag and they didn't find any weed. But you could see in the video that these officers are extremely irate. They're incredibly upset. At one point, the guy is even screaming in Pump's face and he says, "It's your bag now. It's your bag now." I mean, this is just the most fucked up video. And apparently this guy's being investigated because his behavior seems so erratic and kind of scary. If you're working for TSA, I don't really think it's your job to just sort of terrorize random rappers that are coming through that don't even have drugs on them. Well, anyway, Pump was pissed off too. He posted about it on Instagram and he said, "Dirty ass pig said, 'It's your bag now. This racist shit need to stop. Lawsuit on the way.'" So apparently Pump is planning on taking legal action against these awful, terrible cops who really should be removed from the force. Let's hope that they are completely just pushed off the edge of the earth. God. Okay, next story. A concerning photo of Tate has been released onto the internet. It shows him wearing what they're calling a sort of suicide prevention vest. I guess this is something that they put on you when you're in prison that somehow prevents you from killing yourself. I'm not really sure how the hell this works. Somebody's got to explain it to me down below in the comments. But a lot of people were really concerned. They were like, is Tate suicidal? What's going on? Is this a serious thing? Well, one of Tate's managers, Ezra, he actually posted about this on Twitter and he wrote, "That picture is over 7 months old. Tate is not suicidal. He did that to get out of solitary confinement. He's been in for close to 2 years. Crazy the extremes you have to take just to be treated humanely in a fucked situation." Yeah, so apparently it was a little bit of a ploy for Tate to get out of solitary confinement. He was never actually suicidal. I mean, as somebody who has spoken to him on the phone, I definitely never got a suicidal vibe from Tate. If anything, he seemed a little bit too happy, a little bit too, not upset by his circumstances, which is kind of surprising for somebody like me who's like, wow, you should be miserable, but he seems like he was a pretty good spirit. It's definitely not suicidal, and the photo's 7 months old, so this isn't like a new thing. Regardless, Tate is still alive and well and presumably in pretty good spirits. Okay, next story. It looks like Tyga's back in the news. Tyga is not in the news this time for getting dissed by Soulja Boy or having an unexpected comeback in music this year. No, Tyga's back in the news because he got in a fight at a Floyd Mayweather party last night. All kinds of paparazzi footage has been coming out showing Tyga being pulled out of this party. Man, the guy gets him in a full Nelson. He is pulling him out of there. It's pretty crazy. Tyga really is kind of getting ragdolled around. I mean, he's not the biggest guy, so I guess it's not that surprising that the security was able to remove him from the premises so easily. But we still don't really know what the argument was about. We really don't know what was being said to him. We're still really holding out for details on all of that. But the most insane part of the video is when Tyga tries to remove the gun from the security guard's belt line, his waistline. Tyga actually managed to get his entire hand around the gun and almost pull it out of the guy's waistline, but the guy stops him. Thank God, because wow, can you imagine what today's news would be like if Tyga had actually shot up a nightclub? Now, I realize that's not even a funny thing to joke about, but geez, thank God that security guard stopped him. I don't know what the hell T-Raw was thinking, because a guy like him with like 40 cameras pointed at him, I mean, even touching the security guard's gun is pretty crazy. The idea that he actually wanted to, walk around holding it or anything, I mean, it just seems like a really, really bad idea. Thank God that cooler heads prevailed. T-Raw, back in the news. Anyway, let's talk about some incredibly obvious fake beef. Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, they got beef? No, they don't have beef. Perp went on his story and was saying something about like, oh, I wrote Gucci Gang for you, blah, blah, blah. All these different news outlets jumped on this. Pump responded, whatever, but it's just so obvious that they're joking around, that they're trolling the media, and it's just kind of sad to see the media actually fall for this sort of thing. It's like, you guys are supposed to be sort of respectable journalistic institutions. Maybe you shouldn't just completely give in to the trolling, right? Like, it's just so embarrassing and stupid, and I just want more from hip-hop media. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like we're going to be gifted with that anytime soon. Okay, as long as we're speaking about young, hot, up-and-coming rappers, let's talk about Ja Rule. So Ja Rule was scheduled to perform at the halftime show for the Milwaukee Bucks. He pulled up and he performed, and it looked a little bit something like this.
They said this is 90s night. So they brought out a 2000 artist. But my album came out in 99, so I guess that counts. Sanchez, we ready? Are we ready? I guess not.
Now, the issue here is just the fact that nobody made any noise. Now, I don't really understand how this is possible. I'm going to be honest with you. Milwaukee Bucks game. Are there a lot of Ja Rule fans there? Probably not a lot of hardcore Ja Rule fans, but I definitely think that there was probably a bunch of people who knows his songs. I mean, it's not like he was doing a full 2-hour set. He's probably playing for like 10 minutes. There's hit records. Ja Rule has hit records. Don't you ever forget. So I don't really understand what the hell is up with this footage. Like, to me, I was thinking at first, maybe this was doctored in some way. Maybe somehow somebody got their hands on the audio track, like just the audio of what was being said into the mic, and you can't hear anything in the background. Like, you remember a couple of months ago, MGK, there was this whole scandal that went down with him where a video came out of him saying something on stage and people cut in a whole bunch of boos, and it really gave you the vibe that MGK was being booed off stage. But then when the real clip came out, it became obvious that actually there was no booing. Somebody just took some boos and inserted it in. So I was thinking that maybe this is some sort of trickery, but Ja Rule seems to confirm it, because even in the clip he says like, nah, like, y'all ain't fucking with me? Okay, whatever. So we don't really know exactly what was going on in this clip, how serious it was. I somehow am just expecting that there's going to be better footage of this that comes out. I know myself personally, haven't been to LA Lakers games. I think that if Ja Rule came out, even to a jaded LA audience, I think that they would appreciate it. I think they'd be happy to see Ja Rule perform. In Milwaukee, it's like, how many rappers are you guys really seeing perform on a regular basis? Now, maybe there weren't that many rap fans in the audience. I don't really think that makes sense either. It's a basketball game. People who like rap like basketball. People who like basketball like rap. Still not really sure exactly what's going on with this. I'm a truther. I'm a believer. I'm a Ja Rule believer. Ja Rule obviously has been in the news a lot lately because of the whole Fyre Fest thing. Okay, so Offset's new project, Father of Four, it's out. People are reviewing it. People are giving it mostly positive reviews from what I've seen. I only listened to it once. I don't even remember anything. But Father of Four review number 1 is this one right here. To me, this is the only review that I actually care about. Yeah. This is the review that I was waiting for. So I'm just wanted to put that up there. Just wanted this to be seen. And then, as long as we're here, let's take a look at this video that we posted on the No Jumper Instagram earlier today. No clue who this kid is, but he's got glasses, he's Asian, he's dropping N-bombs, and he's rapping his ass off. Let's watch.
Yeah, you know that I'm clutching the scale. You disrespecting on gang, you gon' fucking get killed. Let your brain in broad day, hop all letting it roll.
Hip-hop is growing by the day, and it's just so amazing to see so much great new talent entering the fray. I know you guys are just as optimistic as I am. Okay, a few more stories here. I do want to talk about Sarah Malina, 6ix9ine's baby mama. Well, she's been dropping all of these different interview clips on the DJ Vlad YouTube channel, and apparently she's a little bit pissed off about one of them. Let's check a little piece of this clip right here.
Agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crimes set forth in counts 1 through 9 of superseding information.
So basically, she is a little bit upset because she's saying that when DJ Vlad had her on the show, he did not tell her that he was going to be showing her the paperwork that he did show her on camera, and that she was basically reading it for the first time. She's sort of implying that Vlad already had his own conclusions of what he wanted to get out of the interview, and that she doesn't feel like the situation was necessarily on the up and up because she was speaking about things that she didn't necessarily know about, and she might have felt a little bit cornered in the situation. Now, this is sort of a weird situation because on one hand, you know, she signed the consent form. She agreed to be there. But then on the other hand, I guess I could kind of see her point that she probably didn't really have any business reading that paperwork. If you go back and watch that clip, do you think that it seems a little weird? I'm pretty sure it has almost 2 million views already. And by the way, they're still dropping more of these clips, and she's dropping more and more bombs. She's talking about how his whole blood thing was just completely fake. She was saying that he was a Crip a little bit earlier in his life. She was saying all kinds of stuff about him beating her and just beating the shit out of her. It's actually really depressing. I really feel for the girl. So shout out to Sarah. I don't know if you fucked Shotty or not, but I feel for you. Okay, so this might just be our final story. YNW Melly. You all saw the story that came out a couple of weeks ago about how he was being charged with the murder of 2 of his close associates, Juvie and Sack Chaser. Well, it is now being reported by XXL. YNW Melly is now suspect in police deputy shooting death. Let's read down below. The Gifford, Florida rapper and his friend YNW Bortland, born Cortland Henry, are considered suspects in the 2017 shooting death of Deputy Gary Chambliss of the Indian River County Sheriff's Department. It goes on to say the unnamed source in the report asserts that YNW Melly and his cohort were at the scene of the shooting in 2017. Both rappers were reportedly standing in a group when someone within the group threw a bottle at a passing car, which made the car's driver return fire. One of the rappers allegedly fired back, and Chambliss was hit with one of the bullets before dying. And this article actually goes on to say that if he was the one responsible, it wouldn't be Melly's first instance of firing a weapon. Back in 2015, Melly, who was born Jamel Demons, was charged with firing a gun in a group of people near Vero Beach High School. At the time, he was only 16. Luckily, he didn't hit anyone with his bullets. Yeah, so basically, it seems like the cops down there in Florida are just trying to pin anything that they can find on Melly, and apparently they got all kinds of different snitches, all kinds of different people talking. Myself personally, I have been in communication with the YNW camp. I was just speaking to YNW Melly's manager, and he seems optimistic. Honestly, I know you've seen a ton of bad stuff in the press, but he kept telling me the stuff's going to be okay and that they are confident that Melly is going to be all right. So I don't have any real information. I didn't want to get into it in the phone. I feel like, you know, who knows who the hell's listening to that shit. But hey, YNW Melly, the album is crazy. Go stream the album. That's all I got to say. Me and Melly, we actually made a song together back in the day. I mean, are we going to put it out? I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to be honest with you. That shit is hard. I didn't rap on it. I just did a little intro. I might have to redo the intro. It's been a while. But we do have a song together, and I might have to just start pressing on the label's neck, telling them that we need to drop that shit. I don't know. Okay, anyway, that's today's news. Could you tell? Could you tell how fucking mad I am? Oh my God, it's just oozing out of me. I'm so pissed. Can you imagine what it feels like? The last 3 videos that I made all got fucked up. All of them. Like, you guys were gonna have videos like all this week up until today. They fucked up. Like, I was just sitting there making the video and it just stopped recording the sound. There's no way for me to understand why. Do you know how this feels? And there's 2 more videos after this that I have to at least maybe try to make. I might just wait. I might just do it another time because this shit has me so mad. Anyway, I love you guys, even though I'm currently filled with anger. But I love you guys. So drop a like, drop a comment. If you want me to not just rage out, drop a like. You know, the likes will make me not rage out. Appreciate you guys. NoJummer.com. Got the Blueface merch. We got the news. We got philosophy editing. Peace.